Yeah, you'll get that in a minute. Back for another all-time favorite. This one from 1986. We're going to watch the trailer from Highlander. Now here's this is my 10th anniversary director's cut DVD. The movie, of course, is now almost 35 years old, but I really love it. The soundtrack is really good. I used to play the crap out of that thing, and you'll hear the one song here in a minute. So let's see what this thing has to show us.
From another time comes a man of great power.
Talk funny, Nash. Where are you from?
Lots of different places. A warrior of incredible strength.
You've the devil in you.
We've been kinsmen 20 years.
Connor Macleod was my kinsman. I don't know who you are.
Because you were born different.
Sean Connery.
Try to drive you away.
No matter the part, same accent. Sean Connery. Clancy Brown as Kurgan.
A man uncertain of his future.
What you got here, Brenda, is a guy who's been creeping around since at least 1700.
It's not possible.
And haunted by his past.
You know, the wrestling scene from the beginning.
I want some answers.
You cannot die, Macleod.
I'm Conor Macleod of the clan Macleod. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel. Now I am immortal.
A hero who is about to face his greatest challenge.
You will always be weaker than I.
What can you tell me about a 7-foot lunatic hacking away with a broadsword at 1 o'clock in the morning, New York City, 1985?
Not much.
For he is not alone.
In the end, there can be only one.
Highlander. There can be only one.
He says that there. Yeah, this song, I used to play this thing loud in the car and all the time. Yeah, well, we'll get to Queen in a second. Alright, great trailer, lots of good action in that one. Pretty much get you the idea of what the movie's going to be. You got the flashback scenes, you got some of the current time scenes. And this is one of those movies that I do not remember it being at the theater. And if it hadn't been for probably HBO, I know it was one of the cable movie channels, I would have never seen this movie. But what was funny is I was in high school when it came out. I was in high school the first time I saw it, on HBO. But it seemed like everybody that I was going to school with must have seen this at the same time, because suddenly it was very popular. All the people I hung out with, and I was a nerd in high school, and I liked, Doctor Who and Star Trek. And when this came out on HBO, suddenly there were lots of people talking about it, and it's been one of my favorite movies ever since then. Now, the Queen soundtrack, there wasn't actually a soundtrack for this movie. But there was a Queen album called, I think, A Kind of Magic, which is one of the songs, if you watch the whole movie, it appears in the movie. There was a Queen album that had pretty much all the songs that they do in the movie, plus, some others, because there's really only a handful of songs in the movie, but you got to fill an album. So, yeah, so I got that thing finally on CD, and I used to have the little CD player in my car with the thing that hooked into the cassette player. And driving around, I would play Princes of the Universe all the time. Now, it's one of those songs, though, where, like, the part that you see in the movie is only, like, the first half of the song. And then there's some part toward the middle of the song that you never hear. And you're just like, wow, this doesn't really go with the rest of the song. So I would play it about halfway through and restart it. But there's some other good songs, too. But the soundtrack was really good, and I think the soundtrack kind of helped make the movie. There's a lot of movies where the movie's good, but with different songs, it might not have been as good. But the Queen soundtrack for this was really good. And the Queen was doing a lot of movies, soundtracks at this point. They did this. Flash Gordon came out pretty much within a few years, I think, before, maybe right around the same time. And they did all the songs for Flash Gordon, which, again, is more great songs and was another great movie. probably gonna get into the series later. In the early 90s, there was a Highlander TV series that kind of played off the movie, because if you've seen the movie, this is a spoiler, you know that Connor Macleod ends up being the last immortal. They're fighting until there's only one immortal left. Well, the series kind of takes the story from the movie and says, hey, what if there were more immortals? What if Connor beating Kurgan didn't make him the last one? What if there's more immortals? What if there are immortals still being born? As we see in the series, we see a few people become immortal. So I might get into the TV series, maybe do a review of some episodes. But really love this movie, and I really suggest it if you haven't seen it. Cult classic, cult favorite. Check it out. And as always, if you like what you see, please click subscribe. There are spots here, there are spots all over the place. And to keep track of when I get my next videos out, make sure to click that bell icon. That way you get those notifications every time I release one. If you like what you see, please click like and click share. Tell all your friends about me. Have you seen The Highlander? Have you seen... There's some sequel movies that were good, but there was one that was really bad. There were a couple that were pretty good. What's your favorite Highlander movie? And as far as the movie versus the TV series, do you like Connor Macleod? Duncan Macleod was the main character from the TV series. Have you seen the TV series? Put anything about Highlander in the comments. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And until next time, this has been Nerd Dad 5000. I will see you later.